Hello, my name is Tyler, and today I'm going to be talking about the LGBT community in the United States. So, I'll start off by saying that gay marriage has been legal here since June of 2015. And I think that was very monumental for not only America, but for the rest of the world to see, wow, like, this is normal, this is going to be normal for a really long time. And I think the people who are the most against it know the least about what it is. Sexuality is a preference. It's just like if one person likes tomatoes and the other person likes onions, you can't say anything about it. It's just how it is. So I think people are kind of accepting that slowly. Here in the United States, I think it's worldwide too. The smaller the town, the more closed-minded people are. So it's more difficult for people to accept themselves and be out in small towns. 20 years ago, people didn't come out, I don't think. So yeah, there's been major progress. And I think even within the past 5 years, things here are so much more open and relaxed and you could say liberal. But again, it depends on what part of the country. Here I'm out to everyone that I know and everything's fine. People ask questions, but I would expect that. I'd rather them ask questions than to be rude and not know. I don't feel excluded from anything. I don't feel that there's any place that I can't go. I don't know. I think that some people do feel that they aren't allowed in certain places. I think the biggest one is with transgender people with bathrooms. That is a large discussion here, which I think shouldn't be a discussion really. People identify with what gender they do, and that's kind of a rough topic. But as sexuality goes, with gays, lesbians, and bisexual people, stuff seems to be okay here. Thank you.
Eu acredito que a comunidade LGBT recebeu, nos últimos anos, bastante relevância, mais do que era antigamente nas coberturas de jornais e coisas assim. Foram ampliados direitos na justiça, por lei, como, por exemplo, a união estável de casais homoafetivos. Culturalmente, se trata com mais normalidade, isso em veículos de informação, como na TV, em comerciais, você vê isso presente, coisas que não era visto também há 10, 20 anos atrás. Mas, entretanto, apesar de a gente ainda ter tido um avanço em questões de leis, na justiça, em questão de adoção também por casais homoafetivos, eu acredito que a sociedade brasileira ainda é extremamente homofóbica e que ainda é um tabu muito grande no nosso país e que isso precisa ser mudado. O Brasil é o país que possui a maior parada gay do mundo, em São Paulo, que tem mais de 3 milhões de pessoas, mas também é o país que mais mata pessoas LGBT no mundo. Então são dois contrastes bem grandes que eu acho que eles deveriam ser resolvidos. Eu acho que ainda a gente tem um longo passo, socialmente falando, para poder realmente abranger a comunidade LGBT de verdade na sociedade.
Hello, I'm Emilio. I'm from Mexico, and I'll be talking about how the LGBT community is getting accepted in my country. For 20 years, 30 years, I have to say it was really hard to come out as gay or be trans. Mexico is not an open-minded country, and there are a lot of stereotypes about being in the LGBT community, so it's like a really hard thing to do, to come out. Even to your family or closest friends is a hard thing. And that has to change. It's changing, but it's gonna take a long time because we're not a super developed country, and it's hard to do it. The inclusion right now in Mexico for the LGBT community, as I said, is growing. Now you can get married in Mexico. You cannot adopt any kids though. Sadly, there's this group, Marcha por la Familia is called, and they want to get rid of this new law that allows gay people to get married. And actually, the education that the government wanted to put this sexuality education in the schools, and this this Marcha por la Familia wants to take it away, because they think that they have to educate their kids the way they want, and if they don't want their kids to know about the LGBT community, they're not going to do it, and there is a bad thing because it's going to mess up with kids' mind. I mean, we were going a step forward, but these people just make it harder. I think it's going to get better, but it's going to take time. Also, thank you.
So I'm coming from a very privileged point of view because my parents both studied and are both very open-minded, which means that I grew up in an environment that was very safe and also very educational. And I grew up knowing that there were people who were trans and gay and bisexual and things like that. I also studied, and I went to a relatively upper class high school, and now I'm studying, and obviously I'm white and a girl, and so I never really had any problems when it comes to being gay at all. So when I met people and they found out, and I never introduced myself, I never outed myself, but whenever I met people and they found out about me liking both guys and girls, I introduced it with such coolness and okayness that they never met me with any sort of discrimination. So from my point of view, Germany is a very open-minded place, especially because I'm coming from the city, and in the city it seemed to me always a very safe place to be as a gay person.